Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
People do all sorts of different things to get over breakups. Like some people will change their appearance, maybe haircut or plastic surgery. Some people will stalk their ex on social media or even stalk them in person and follow them around to see if they're seeing anybody else. And then some people, like Lucille, who's on the phone, will do something incredibly weird.
Weirder than what you just said.
Yeah, like something I've never heard of before.
What?
Like they'll go on another date.
Jubal, that's normal.
Like they'll go on a date with somebody new. That's weird to me, Lucille.
Oh, God.
I had to give it another try.
Yeah, but geez, come on, take some time and totally freak out and have a breakdown first.
Yeah,
I ate my share of ice cream.
oh
Okay.
my God. Whatever you do not take breakup advice from Jubal Flag, okay?
Well, your email said that you're recently out of a breakup and this was like the first date you were going on. So tell us a little bit about it. What's the dude's name?
His name is Andrew. And this girl I work with had been going crazy, just saying, oh my gosh, he's perfect for you. You have to go out with him. He was made for you, la, la, la. And finally, after enough ice cream, I was like, okay, I'm ready to get back out there again.
That's a lot of pressure, though, to set it up like that. Like, this is the guy.
Yeah. But, I have to say, he seemed really great, but it was a weird night.
You cried a bunch about your ex while you guys were out on a date? Gets weird.
I'm really proud of myself that that's not what was going on. But literally, as I was driving to meet him for dinner, I got a call and found out that a bunch of my friends from work had just been fired. And
oh, no.
including my friend who set us up.
Dude,
oh, that sucks.
That sucks. That's like the worst news. And you weren't fired, just all your friends were?
No, I wasn't. But, yeah, there was a whole group. And so, I found this out just minutes before I'm walking in the door to meet him. And so, my phone is blowing up. Everybody's texting, trying to figure out who all is impacted and what happened and why.
And you were offended. You're like, why does nobody care that I have a date? I understand. Why has it got to be all about them,
But it really was. It was so, that was so heartbreaking. And I was so wrapped up in that this is so embarrassing. I kept looking at my phone and I was dealing with all this stuff. When I looked at my phone again, Andrew had texted me a picture of the menu.
No.
Oh, man.
That's when I was trying so hard not to, I just kept saying, I'm so sorry, I have something big going on right now, because I didn't want to spill the beans. It's our mutual friend who was one of the people impacted, and I felt like it really wasn't my place to share that.
So he didn't even know exactly why you were obsessed with your phone.
No, I was trying so hard not to ruin the date. At the same time, my heart was breaking for all my friends.
Yeah.
I wanted to be there, and I wanted to give it a shot. And obviously, I just didn't do a good job of that.
Did you ever tell him why you were obsessed with your phone?
When he sent me a picture of the menu as a text and asked if I thought, maybe I'd want to order at some point, that's when, I wanted to cry, because I'm realizing that I'm completely ignoring this great guy who's sitting in front of me. He has no idea why, and just thinks I'm a total jerk who, can't get off of my phone. So that's when I was like, okay, I have to tell you something. It's like I just found out that a group of my friends, have been fired. And then he was super nice about it, and he suggested having a rain check and doing another time so I could go be with my friends. And
yeah, totally. And you're so distracted. There's no way that you can put the right amount of energy into a date.
Right, and it made me like him even more, because I felt like he was so understanding, instead of being like, well, you shouldn't have wasted my time, or he was just like, go take care of this, go be with your friends.
So is that when you stood up from the table and ran out of the restaurant, or did you guys say goodbye?
Oh, no, I said goodbye, and I said thank you so much, because I could not have asked for anything more. He was so caring and considerate for me, and after I'd been kind of bad to him.
So I'm guessing that you guys made out after that before you left. Just a real quick make out?
No.
Oh,
No.
damn. Okay.
No, I just left. I texted him later and thanked him again for being so considerate, and said that, I was looking forward to, rescheduling. And now, unfortunately, it hasn't happened.
So why do you think that he doesn't want to go out with you again?
I don't know. I like maybe he didn't like what I was wearing. Maybe he didn't like the way I looked. Maybe he's just upset because, the whole thing, with me on the phone.
Well, the good thing is it doesn't sound like you've been thinking about it at all.
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. It's upsetting.
Yeah.
It's really upsetting.
I'm sure it was the shirt you had on.
No!
Men, I've heard, you wear the wrong sweater and everything's over.
You never know. I swear, it's horrible. Because I'm like, why is this not happening?
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call him and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
Come up with a few more theories while we're waiting.
Okay, I probably will.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Lucille,
Yeah.
before we call the dude that you want to call today, I think maybe I figured it out. I think there was some mixed signals and you didn't pick up on something.
What? What do you think I missed?
So you showed up to the dinner, you're looking at your phone, and then he noticed so bad that he texted you a picture of the menu from across the table, and you saw that and were embarrassed, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible.
What I think was he sent you the picture of the menu, and he was hoping that you would send back a picture of yourself being like, this is what's on the menu tonight, in my opinion.
What?
Oh my God.
You missed the signal, and that's
Okay.
why he's not calling you back.
If that was a signal, I don't think she wants him to call her back.
Yeah, maybe he's not as great as I thought.
All right, we're about to get him on the phone and find out why he's not calling you back. And just to remind everybody, you had to leave the date early because you were so distracted, and he was actually pretty cool with it and understanding, but he is not really excited about setting up a second date.
Yeah, that sums it up. He's just not really, trying to schedule a date.
Okay, and your friend who set you up with this guy, who she thought this was going to be your dream guy, has she given you any report on what's going on?
Well, since she just got fired, I feel bad because I didn't really want to bring it up with her. She kind of has other stuff to deal with.
No, it's all about you. Come on.
Yeah, seriously.
In my world.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can figure it out, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Andrew, please?
this is Andrew speaking.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Who is this?
Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Just wondering how you're doing today.
Well, I'm kind of busy. Was there a reason for this call?
Yeah, there's a reason.
All right, well, what is it then?
Oh, I'm sorry. You probably wanted me to answer that right away instead of just answering the reason part.
Yeah, that's sort of what I meant when I asked for a reason. What's going on?
I'm calling you today because we actually got an email about you from one of our listeners. Her name is Lucille, and you guys went out to dinner recently.
Okay, well, all right. Why did she email you guys exactly?
Well, we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then they end up blowing you off after that date, you can email us and we'll get that person on the phone and ask what happened.
So I'm guessing she emailed you saying that I'm blowing her off?
Yes, she did.
Oh, you're
And then-
on point.
Well, it's kind of a weird situation. I would rather not talk about it. I
Okay,
mean,
well,
that's,
but she thought you were pretty cool and also understanding of the fact that she was distracted on her phone the whole time because her coworker, I guess who's a friend of yours, got fired.
right,
that
yeah.
night,
So I guess there was a huge, exodus at her work, and this was all happening kind of right when we sat down. And, and Lucille just couldn't get out of her phone because of it.
I gotta say, I gotta give you props too for sending a picture of the menu when she was super distracted. Like, that's a good move, man. That gets your point across really quickly.
I thought it was a little, passive-aggressive, but I didn't know what else to do. I mean, I don't know if you guys been in that situation, but there's no communication. She's got her nose in her phone. Yeah. I was like, if I send you a picture of the menu, will you look at it then?
You
Yeah.
can at least read it off the phone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But once I did that, she sort of told me what was happening, and I felt really bad. That was rough. It kind of put the egg in my face a little bit. But
Yeah, because you'd been probably calling her names in your head up until that point. Like, oh my God.
I could have went way worse in the text. Yeah, that's
All right.
I was teasing, man. I was looking forward to getting to know this girl, and it was just like stonewall. I couldn't get by at all. But
Well, is that the reason you don't want to go out with her again?
not at all. I mean, our friend getting fired with a bunch of their coworkers, that's serious business. I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, totally.
But I got to say, I don't feel as bad anymore.
Whoa.
Why? What changed?
Well, I checked in with my friend after the date like she wanted me to. She was obviously really curious to see how it went. And I guess she heard that Lucille, while she was quote-unquote consoling her friends during this hard time, she shot an email to the boss applying for her friend's job.
Whoa.
After her friend had just got fired?
Yeah, our friend had just got fired, and what she originally said was she was trying to make her feel better, but I find out in reality she's trying to steal her old job. And that's just, if she does that to one of her best friends, I can only imagine how she would break my heart. That's just, I've been down that road way too many times. So.
But hold on, okay?
What?
She's not the one that got her friend fired.
No, but come on. On the first
someone's
date,
gonna get
do you usually apply for jobs on your first date with somebody? I've never heard of that before.
All I'm saying is that she was trying to make lemonade out of lemons. Like, she saw an opportunity because everybody else had been let go, and that was an opportunity to get a promotion, it sounds like.
I hear that. Hey, make lemonade out of lemons whenever you can, but do it in your own house. Don't do it out at dinner with, with someone you just met. That's like, they got their own lemonade there.
And I guess it's a little bit too like, I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. I'm just trying to console my friends and also trying to capitalize on some people that just lost their jobs. So
it's
I got a lot of stuff going on.
Very shady behavior just in general. And not only is that incredibly rude to me, incredibly backstabbing to her friend. I mean, why would I want to go on a second date with her?
Well, I have no idea. And then you can add one more thing to it because she's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and sort of has tricked you now into speaking with her. Jeez.
She's on the other line, you said?
Yeah, she's been listening to this whole thing and wants to talk to you. Lucille, you there?
Hey.
Oh, yeah, hi. You were listening that whole time, huh?
Yeah, and I think this was just a huge misunderstanding.
So you have an explanation. So it did happen then. It is correct. It is accurate. That's what you're saying. If there's an explanation, that means you did it. I'd love to hear this.
Well, I did. I emailed because, we all know when things like this happen, when they downsize and all that, they reorganize, they shift everything. And, I was fairly new there. It's like I don't make a lot of money. And so, I inquired to find out, exactly what was happening, if jobs were going to be reposted, because I was hoping that it might be something that's really good for my skill set.
Oh.
So you don't feel bad about this at all? Are you listening to yourself?
I'm sad for my friends, but
you're sorry for your friend. You're trying to take her old job. Come on.
It's not like she was going to get it back.
Yeah.
Good point.
But this happened the absolute same night that she got fired, going behind her back trying to get that old job. I mean, I don't care how you justify that. That ain't right where I come from.
Well, but clearly she didn't cut it. She's still my friend, but as far as work goes.
Okay, so you told her all about it then, huh? Is that what you were texting her about at the same time? Were you consoling her and saying, "Oh, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and steal your old job"?
No, I haven't told her yet, but it's not like it's a huge secret. I will tell her, but she's dealing with her situation. That's the last thing she needs to hear, that the job she lost could benefit me.
Oh yeah. You're a real good friend. Yeah. That's great timing.
Oh my God. And why are you so mad at her? Yes, I agree that her lying about only consoling a friend was wrong and that she shouldn't have done it on the date. But you're mad from a deep-seated place that she's going to get your friend's job.
Well, you know what? You want to know why I'm upset? Because I'm the real friend in this situation and she's not.
Oh!
But it's business, man. Like I said, she's not the one that got your guys' friend fired.
I hear that. So talk to the boss in 1 week, 2 weeks, but not the same freaking night.
Well, while you're on a date, too. I think the fact that you're doing that while on a date is probably making it even worse, Lucille.
I totally get that. But there was a small part of me that was super excited about a promotion.
Was there any part of you that was excited about a new first date?
Oh!
because it sounds like you're all about the job and not even about me. So I guess I was right.
Yeah, but Andrew, your first date isn't going to pay her rent, okay?
You know, I was really excited about you, but I'm glad all of this has happened because now listening to you, I realize you have a temper. You're not the boyfriend material I thought.
Oh, wow. Well, don't say that just yet, Lucille. We haven't asked if we'll go on a date with you. We have to do that before you decide if he's boyfriend material or not. Hey, Andrew, would you go on a second date with Lucille? We'll pay for it.
Will I go on a date with her? No, hell no. Absolutely not. In fact, I'm more sure of it now than I was before you called.
Okay, well.
No problem. I'm not interested anymore.
Well, yeah, and plus, like, now that this dude's dropped off, I'm sure you're already texting another dude to fill his spot. Right?
And I say good on you, Lucille.
That's what I should have been doing right now.
Wait, but I'm dying to know, though, did you get the promotion?
I'm one of the final two, so I have a good shot at it.
Well, that's great news for you. I'm glad something worked out. I'll send you a card that you could wait for it in the mail. Say, congratulations, Judas, you did it.
Nice.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in, it's 78592. It says the girl from the second date update is a shark. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. No, she's a human being.
That's not what they
Oh,
meant.
I think it is. I think they meant literally. I think you're right, Jubal.
A talking shark.
Yeah, I'm like
shark.
pretty sure she was actually a person. We can't like even get cell service underwater like that.
Yeah.
Silly.
Crazy.
Okay, I don't know what they meant by that comment. Anyway, if you didn't hear today's second date update, Lucille, the person, not the shark, left her date early because on her way to meet Andrew, the dude that she was meeting, she found out that some of her good friends at her company were fired. But when we got Andrew on the phone, we learned a new piece of information. She was worried that because she was on her phone the whole time, he didn't want to call her back.
Yeah.
Well, Lucille left the date to go console her friend eventually, but she also hopped on email that same night to send her boss a note asking to apply for her friend's position.
Yeah.
And so the guy was like, she's a snake for doing that. Again, human, but you know what I mean. But the guy thought that she was wrong for doing that right after her friend had been fired for trying to get her job. Some people are texting in at 78592 saying, hey, whatever, it's just business. Another person said, would you rather have an ambitious woman or a friendly woman?
You know that all men just want a friendly woman.
Ambitious.
Come on. Yeah.
Brooke says, why not? Screw your friendships over and get yours.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying her timing wasn't right on the date. I agree. She should have waited till the morning when she could, be concentrated on one thing. But, dude, it's not wrong to apply for a job that's open. Just because you happen to be friends with the girl. It's not wrong at all.
Well, I think...
No way, man. Competition is fierce out there. And if you are not the first one at the door knocking, somebody else is going to get it. You can't wait for that stuff,
I'm all
man.
for applying for the job as soon as possible because you have to get it. I'm all for planning some sort of recording device in their office to catch them saying bad things and then giving it to the boss so that position becomes open. I'm for a lot of that stuff. What I'm not for is sending that email in the middle of the date, though. I can understand why that would be like, hey, just wait like an hour until the date's over. Anyway, they decided that they're not going to go out again, which is fine because probably Lucille's going to have a lot of work to do soon, so she wants to find a date. Anyway, remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5. Moving 92.5. Second date update.
You know, something you hear from women all the time is, why are all the good guys always taken, gay, or dead? It's interesting that they're interested in those dead guys, but
No, they're not, Jeff.
I always tell them, hey, don't worry, because statistically speaking, a bunch of those taken guys are going to get divorced. And then he'll be down and out and ready for a rebound, so just be patient.
Oh,
Never
it's terrible.
looked on the light side and dark side at the same time.
Well, that's what one of our listeners, Kaylee, did. She waited and caught a guy at his rock bottom post-divorce.
No.
And now she's emailing us for help.
Man.
Welcome, Kaylee.
Not a great intro, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Yeah, you're
We're
like the
good.
cheetah getting the weakened gazelle at the back of the herd, aren't you?
I've never really kind of thought about it like that, but yeah, you could kind of say that.
Okay. Hey, you know
So
what?
what's the name of the wounded gazelle that we're calling today?
His name is Ian.
Okay.
Ian?
And how do you know Ian?
I met him through a friend of a friend. He was recently divorced, supposed to be a real quality guy. So it sounded like a good idea. Why not?
Have you ever dated a divorced guy before?
No, I haven't.
Well, that's good that you're open-minded to it.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
Yeah, why not? If I'm not open to that, who knows? I'll be single forever. You gotta know.
Yeah. So did you set the date up through friends or did you actually talk to Ian?
Well, since we had the same friends in common, they gave each other, our numbers, so we were able to start texting one another,
Okay.
So then, as we started talking through text, we found that we had something, like, really big in common, and that's camping.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
Yeah. I love camping. I used to do it a lot with my family when I was younger. And this is the first time I've met a guy who was just into it as much as me.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that say that they're into it, but it's hard to find one that could actually follow through.
Dude, it's hard to be into camping. Us dudes, like, you have to know how to set up a tent and a fire.
Well,
like, I'm scared of camping.
Yeah.
I get a lot of responsibility,
Yeah.
I feel
Okay,
like.
Jose.
Camping
I
is
mean, did you guys actually think of going camping on your first date, or you were just talking about it as something in common?
You are psychic, because that's exactly what we did for our first date. We went
What?
camping.
Oh my God.
That's a huge commitment.
Yeah, like a whole weekend.
Well, it wasn't a whole weekend. It was more just an overnight trip, but it's still a big deal.
Yeah, but it's like if you go out there and you don't like the guy, you're stuck with him.
Or it's the perfect way to get rid of him and no one will know.
Oh, Jeff!
No! What?
Back to the dead guy option.
I mean, he's taking just as big of a risk as you are, so
guess.
it's kind of even playing field, I think.
Yeah, you're both kind of vulnerable.
Well, I mean, I made it clear we're going to sleep in separate sleeping bags,
Okay. But same tent. You're going to do same tent.
Same tent.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Oh, wow.
He held in so many farts all night long.
So how did it go?
Well, just to be clear, we also took separate cars too, and we met at the camping site. So when we first got there, we did a hike around the area, which went well. I mean, handsome guy hiking through the woods and everything. That's a win for me already,
Yeah. I'm also turned on for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when we came back, we started setting up camp. He was in charge of making a fire, and I was in charge of, setting up the tent and everything.
Okay.
And then, I did notice it was a bit abandoned. There wasn't many people around us or anything. And it kind of started getting dark. And as we're, setting things up, we heard sounds in the woods. And, yeah.
Oh, God.
No.
What'd you hear?
No, this is why I don't go camping.
Stop, Jose. What'd you hear?
I mean, it sounded like a bear, but it could have been a human.
Oh, my God. That's
Was
so
there-
scary.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, it's okay.
What'd you
I mean,
do?
they're in the wilderness.
And Jose, literally ran to the corner of
He
the
did.
studio
I
just
want
when
to
you said it.
escape. I'm scared.
I mean, it really honestly sounded like a bear that was in heat, which makes it kind of funnier, but
Kind of set the mood for
Yeah.
us, you know?
He knew a date was going on.
so then, my kind of personality, honestly, I'm the type of person, if I hear something, I want to see what it is. I don't, even if it's a bear doing its thing, I just want to go find out for myself and make sure that we're safe.
No.
I don't know if that's the smartest move.
Oh, my goodness.
And then I just want to play with their cubs.
Right.
That's all I want to do.
It's very brave, though.
Thank you. Well, I took my flashlight and I wanted to go take a look. And I was asking if he wanted to come along, so we could just go make sure everything's all good. And he said no, he'd rather stay back with the fire.
Yup, smart guy. I like him even more.
Jose, she lived. She's on the phone with
I
us.
know, but still, why are you putting anyone in that scenario? You
Oh, my
stay in the
God.
tent and you pray to God.
So
We
what
should
was
make
it?
sure we're okay, I don't know. I don't know if he was scared or something, but he stayed behind. So I went out there in the woods, and I was looking around for 10 minutes.
Oh, my
But I
gosh.
didn't see a thing, just to let you all guys know. I
Okay.
didn't see anything.
Gosh.
No, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so...
We're safe now.
Jose.
So I came back to Ian, and honestly, he was acting different. Super
What do you mean?
quiet. He didn't want to talk to me. And a couple of minutes later, he said, "No, actually, I want to go."
What? He left?
What?
Seriously, he packed up everything, so I just followed along. I started packing up. We went to the cars, and he peeled off.
What?
No.
Do you think he was just that scared of something that was probably just a raccoon?
Or he could even have been embarrassed. I mean, because when you really think about it, I'm the one that went out to make sure we were safe.
Right. So that may have been like emasculating to him or whatever.
Could have been. But I mean, one of us had to do it. We're not going to just sit there like ducks and get eaten by a bear, you know?
Yeah.
So I text him nothing. I asked some of our friends that we had in common, have they heard from him? They said they haven't.
Oh,
so here
man.
I am. I'm asking help from you guys. You have to help me.
So it
Well, and
sounds
that's-
like he chickened out and
Yeah.
just too embarrassed. Like,
But it's so frustrating because he obviously liked you enough to agree for an overnight camping trip. I mean, that's a big agreement. So
True.
he's also missing out because of this stupid like stigma that he has,
Yeah.
where he wasn't manly enough or something, if that is the case.
Right.
Is there a chance that his ex-wife called
Ooh.
and he had to go somewhere?
or she was the one in the
So
woods.
maybe it was a cougar.
Ooh. You never know. But we're going to find out. We'll play a song, we'll come back, and we'll call Ian for you and try and get you your second date update, okay?
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, hold on. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, we're on the phone with Kaylee, who had a run-in with a real-life bear.
Oh my gosh.
You see,
That makes it sound.
normally you find them out in the clubs wearing
right,
leather
yeah.
chaps and drinking vodka tonics,
Yeah.
Different bears.
but Kaylee had an unusual experience because she encountered one out in the woods.
Those aren't the fun bears.
No, those aren't the sexy ones, are they?
She was on a camping trip with her date named Ian, and she heard some weird noises coming from out in the brush and went out to explore thinking it might be a bear and found nothing. Instead, though, when she came back to the campsite, her date Ian was acting a little bit strange and decided that he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
So that's how the date ended for them, and now Kaylee doesn't know what went wrong.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened. I really hope I didn't make him feel bad. I don't know.
I mean, you were trying to protect him. Like, I get that. Of
I
all
know,
people,
but
I would be thankful.
Yeah, but it makes most men feel bad.
Totally. But that's
Which
why-
isn't your fault, Kaylee. I mean, if it comes back and he confesses that he actually hates camping, would you still want to date him?
Yeah, I mean, do you know all the single losers out there?
Yeah. I mean, she's already stooped to dating like a divorcee. Like,
Stooped.
how much
Oh
lower
my
can
God,
you
Jeffrey.
go?
Oh, you can go lower.
I know, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Well, here's what we're going to do. Let's get Ian on the phone and figure out what happened, okay?
Excellent. Thank you so much.
All right, let's dial his phone number. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Ian, please?
You got him.
Hey, Ian. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a moment to talk with us?
What radio show, man?
It's called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Oh, okay. Don't know, but okay. Yeah,
Cool. You should listen sometime.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of radio shows, just not this one. Sorry,
Okay.
man.
So you have taste. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Ian.
Ouch. All right, well, this radio show does something kind of dumb called a second date update, and that's what we're doing with you right now.
Second date update?
Yes. That's where if you go out on a date with someone and afterwards they're not calling you back, you can reach out to us and we'll call them for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Okay. So what's this all about?
So a woman reached out to us because you went out with her recently. That woman's name's Kaylee. You remember Kaylee?
Okay. Kaylee, yeah.
So she told us about your date, and she said you guys were having a really good time, and then it ended kind of weird, and she doesn't know what happened.
Wait, she reached out to you guys?
Yeah, because you won't hit her up, man.
You got to understand why she'd be confused. I mean, she told us that you agreed to go camping with her. I mean, that's a big commitment to do on a first date, and then you left before, like, nightfall even really hit.
So she told you I left. Okay, what else did she tell you?
There was a bear.
Well, she said she heard a noise out in the woods, and she went to go explore to see what it was, and then when she
told
came...
you there was a noise. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then when she came back, she said you were acting a little bit different, and you wanted to leave immediately.
Hey, and it's okay, man. If you were scared, that's fine. I mean, Jose was literally is terrified of everything, and it's all right.
I'm still.
I don't know who Jose is, but
That's me, bro.
I'm just saying you're in good company if it was just too much for you to hear something that you thought was a large animal.
Totally understandable, bro.
I don't know what she said about this stuff, but I don't know if she's got the right idea here. I don't.
Well, can you help us get the right idea? Because she has no clue what went wrong.
And she really likes you. She thinks you're rad.
She said that?
Yeah,
Yes.
she thinks you're super cool. You can tell us anything, and we won't judge you too harsh.
You guys are cool, man. I just start listening to you more often, I think.
Hey.
So here's the deal. I was going to call her back, okay? I needed more time.
Okay.
That's it.
More time for what?
Like since your divorce?
Okay, wow. She did tell you a lot about me.
Yeah.
But listen, it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm divorced. You have to trust me on that.
Okay.
I was going to call her back. So, here's the deal, okay? She heard this noise, and she grabbed the flashlight, and she said she's going to explore, and I didn't want to.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for her to get back. I don't know where she is. It's like 15, 20 minutes. So I'm standing up. I'm looking out into the darkness, and I slip into the fire, and I badly burn my arm.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's terrible. Why wouldn't you just tell her that?
Oh my God.
Are you okay?
Well, I'm fine now, but she came back eventually, and I'm doing everything I can in my power to pretend like it's not hurting. I think I was a little embarrassed, so I just kept quiet, but I'm in so much pain.
Oh, my
And
God.
I know I needed medical attention, right? But I didn't want to make a big deal out of it.
Why?
Men are so weird. Men are so freaking weird, dude. What do you think she would have said? Like, oh, you burnt your arm, what, you big baby?
Haley said she loved camping so much, and I didn't want to pretend like I'm a novice at it. I like it, but I'm not done it a lot. And, it's our first date, and we're going to spend a night together. Who knows what was going to happen?
Ian, she could have helped you. She could have gotten some ice for you.
I understand, dude. That's exactly. I totally get it, bro.
Where would she get the ice?
I assume you brought a cooler, Ian. You're camping. Where else are you going to keep your food?
He said he's a novice.
Maybe she brought the ice. I didn't know we had any ice.
Oh my
Okay,
God, Ian.
so that's why you left, because you had burned your arm.
Well, yeah, I needed medical attention. I needed to drive to the hospital. I looked on my GPS on my phone. There was a hospital 4 miles away. And I got in, and look, I was literally had melted plastic from my jacket burnt into my skin.
Ian.
Dude.
Ian, why did you wait to call her? Just tell her these things.
Well, it took 2 or 3 weeks for it to heal, and, I just needed more time. And I felt, awkward and embarrassed being that I was recently divorced and not dating for years.
Lying about the camping thing.
You're worried that she's going to think that you're less of a man because the fire burns you.
You know what? I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, that's right. Real men don't get burned.
Yeah, real men are immune to fire.
Yes, that is right.
You know what? I understand that.
Oh my God, you're
Thank
immune.
you.
I mean, you're immune to logic, is what it sounds like to me, not to fires.
Well, I hope I'm not stepping out of line here and hurting your feelings anymore, but I do have something I need to tell you, Ian.
Okay.
I need to tell you that Kaylee's actually been on the other line listening, and she heard everything that you said.
No way.
Yeah, I don't. Not to make you feel like any less of a man, but she knows it all now.
It's like the feeling of a fire in my arm, but now it's in my chest.
Oh, Ian, it's fine. The truth will
Kaylee.
set you free, man.
Kaylee, kiss his boo-boo. Come on.
Ian,
I'm super embarrassed.
I'm so confused. Why didn't you just say something?
Hi, Kaylee.
Hi, Ian. I mean, I feel bad, but I can't help but to laugh a little.
I don't know. I'm new. I'm a novice camper, and I'm a novice dater.
Oh,
I
my.
really dug you, and it's my bad. If I can apologize, I will. I'm sorry.
You could definitely apologize. You should have said something. Oh, my God.
Seriously, you're leaving this woman thinking that she did something horrible or you hate her.
I was over here thinking the whole time that, maybe I made you feel bad because I was the one that went out there to find out what the scary sound was, And the fact that you didn't come, help figure it out, I thought maybe I made you feel bad somehow.
No, not at all. In fact, I thought you were a superhero. I mean, I was just like, I was into you, and it was empowering to watch a woman go out and, like, defend us from the big bear that I saw.
Oh, my God, you're the cutest, Ian.
He is the cutest. I don't understand. I mean, you should have just said, hey, I burned myself. Let's go to the doctor. I would have went with you to urgent care.
Yeah, Ian, if you had told her, Kaylee probably would have defended you and just punched that fire right in the face. Defended your honor.
You don't touch my man.
Oh, my God, this is the cutest story ever.
Yeah, I mean, Ian, would you be up for going out on another date with Kaylee? Because we'll pay for it.
100%.
I mean, after your burns heal, of course, but we'd like you guys to hook up again.
I'm super excited, and I promise I'll bring a blanket to make sure to cover the burns.
No, maybe a fireproof suit.
Yeah, no.
Or let's just not go camping
Yeah,
anymore.
let's stick to the city for you, Ian. That's fine. That's fine, honey.
This sounds awesome. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. This is great.
Oh, I'm so excited
I know.
for you,
I love.
Me too. I'm so excited. I just pitched a tent.
Whoa, oh my God, Jeffrey!
Camping,
studio.
guys. You're disgusting.
Moving 92.5. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm actually very surprised that the guy on the phone for a second date update today isn't getting a call back.
Really?
Because he could be the worst person on the planet, and no matter what, an American girl will call him back. You know why?
Yeah.
Because he's an Englishman.
Yeah, I knew he'd have an accent.
Yep. And so he could be a murderer, and they're still like, I don't care. The accent is so hot, I have to go out with him again. His name is James. James, how are you?
Well, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Not too bad. Thank you very much for emailing us and agreeing to do a second date update.
Absolutely. I'm glad you can help me out, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'm surprised that this girl isn't calling you back. I'm guessing, how long have you been in this country?
Couple of years, just 2.5 years now.
Okay, and I'm guessing in your experience, it's probably pretty easy in the bars and the clubs when you meet girls with that accent, isn't it?
Yeah, there's not been a problem so far.
Yeah, I know.
I had an English guy hit on me once. He was so ugly, and I was still flattered by it. I was like, oh my God, he likes me. He's talking to me.
And she's married, so.
Yeah.
I did have to turn him down because of that, but whatever.
So you're not getting a call back from a girl. Her name is Sarah?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, and how did you meet her?
We actually met through Tinder.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
And, I mean, it's not something that we do very often, although I do very often. But, I met her through Tinder. We agreed to meet up. So I drove over to pick her up, and we went, downtown for a couple of drinks, had something to eat. We spent a couple of hours together. It was good. We had a really good time. She was really cool, like really easy to hang out with,
Let me ask you a question. For a guy like you, who has an accent that American women love, is it annoying? Do they sit there and harp on it the whole time? That's what I picture happening. It's like, oh, it's so cute,
That has been the case a couple of times, but like Sarah was just, she didn't really even pay that much attention to it,
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
And I do feel like if you're a more well-traveled person, you're probably not going to care quite as much.
Right. Yeah, she seemed really, really, really cool. I'm shocked.
What did you like about her so much?
Like I said, she was just really easy to hang out with, like you mentioned about other chicks that like, harp on the accent or always talk about themselves or, always, she was really easy to talk to. She listened to what I had to say. The stuff that she had to say was really interesting. It was like a quality date, It was like we'd known each other a couple of months or something.
Was there like one moment during the date where you're like, she's definitely into me?
Definitely into me?
Yeah, like a moment where she showed how interested she was.
I mean, it seemed like that from the very start,
So why do you think she's not calling you back then?
I honestly don't know. The only thing, this is going to sound stupid, but the only other thing that I can think about is that I just bought a new car, and my parallel parking skills are not really up to par.
Yeah, that's.
It took me like 5 or 6 times to get into the space, and then Like, I was freaking out about that, and then at some point she even asked me, she was like, do you need me to do that for you?
Do you need me to get out and help you park the car, you little Englishman?
I know. I was like well embarrassed, you know. And then you know, I tried to explain about the other side of the road is not doing me many favors, blah blah blah. Anyway, I get out of the car and then I walk into the restaurant and I forget to open the door for her to get out. So,
okay.
You know, if that's something to go by, then I don't know. That might be the only problem.
That is a terrible feeling when you're on a date and you're having trouble parallel parking, because then you just start to get hot under the collar and you're embarrassed and you're just
it
like,
was awful.
And it's always in front of a crowded window of people, too. So it's not just your date watching you, but about 200 other strangers.
Right.
So the only thing that you can think of that might have gone bad on your date is the fact that you had trouble parallel parking and didn't open her door.
Yep.
That seems silly, though. That was at the beginning. How did the end of the date go?
It was good. Everything was great. You know, really, it was really great. Full of smiles, full of happiness. There wasn't one awkward moment during the night when no one had anything to say, or you know.
Did you guys kiss?
Yeah.
You did? Okay. What kind of kiss, though? Like a real quick peck on the lips or a full...
I mean, just a little bit more than that. You know, it wasn't anything, you know, hot and heavy, but you know, it was a good night kiss.
And what was the last thing that you guys said to each other?
I said, I'll be in touch, and she said, okay, that would be great.
Okay, and has she responded at all to any of your text messages or phone calls?
Not one.
Nothing?
And how many times have you tried to reach her?
I've texted her like 3 or 4 times and called her twice.
And did you tell her, like, oh, that kiss made my heart skip a beat or anything like that?
No, I didn't say anything like that. I mean, I met the girl on Tinder, you know?
Yeah, not exactly going to be like, I think you're the love of my life from that kiss.
Right.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, hang on.
Cheers, mate.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hello, love. And welcome back to today's royal edition of the Second Date Update. I'd be your host, Jubal Flagg, and today we're talking to Sir James of Update. He went out with a lovely young lass he met on Tinder. Took her out for drinks, hoping that later he'd be able to show her his throbbery.
Wow.
But he was unsuccessful in getting the knickers on the floor back at his flat.
So that's what
So
they
now
call it.
he is on the phone wondering what went wrong. And James, I never asked you, what is your occupation? I would assume chimney sweep? I never...
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah. I work for Mary Poppins, and I've got a smoking car called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, too.
James is on the phone. James is English, yes, so of course I have to mess with him a little bit because it's weird to us Americans when we hear an accent. Ooh. Yeah, but he did go out with a girl named Sarah, and Sarah isn't calling him back, which is weird to me because I would think any guy with an English accent or Australian accent in America
or
just
accent.
kills it. Yeah, accent and Vietnamese accent, whatever.
Whatever.
Any sort of accent usually does very well with the American women. But she's not calling him back. He thinks the reason that he's not getting a call back is because he had trouble parallel parking.
No.
So much to the point where she was like, hey, do you want me to do it for you? And then he didn't open her door. But that's the only thing you can think of. Other than that, they had a great time. We're about to call her and find out if, in fact, he did something wrong on the date. James, you ready to go?
I am.
Can I ask you one question, James? You don't fall into the stereotype of bad British teeth, do you?
No, that's a myth. The whole thing is a
I don't know.
myth. Like, we don't all walk around like Austin Powers, you know?
I went to London before, and I wouldn't call it a myth, but I'm glad that you're not there.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Sarah, please?
this is she.
Hey, Sarah, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm good.
What's going on?
I'm at work. I'm good.
Just calling to check in with some of our listeners. Do you listen to the show?
Yeah, no, I listen to you. I'm just shocked you're calling me. It's kind of random.
Any idea why I might be calling you?
Honestly, no.
Well, the reason I'm calling you today is one of our listeners sent us an email about you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's somebody that you went on a date with recently. His name is James.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay, and so it sounds like you know James. He says that you guys met on Tinder and went out for drinks and had a fun time, but you haven't been answering any of his phone calls or text messages. So he asked us to get you on the phone and ask if he did something wrong.
Oh, God. Okay, look, I don't know if I need to do this on the radio. Like, I don't want to embarrass him.
You don't want to... Well, that's okay. He wants to be embarrassed. He's the one that emailed us.
I think he wouldn't really appreciate me calling him out on it.
Okay, but we talked to him, and he's prepared to hear anything that you have to say.
Is he on the line right now?
If you're worried about embarrassing him, I mean, he's asking for it, basically. He said he's okay with that.
And I have to know this explanation because he sounds lovely with an accent. I don't know why you would turn this dude down.
Yeah, see, that's exactly the problem. I don't buy it.
What?
You don't buy what?
I don't buy his whole I'm British thing.
Well,
You think he's faking it?
I studied abroad. I lived in the UK for a couple years. I think he's faking being British because it's something that works. And we met on Tinder, so you can be anybody on Tinder. It's true, though.
Why do you think you think the whole accent thing, everything is just a lie?
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Was there like a hint when he was talking that you're like, oh, gotcha?
I mean, you said you talked to him. Didn't you hear it for yourself? It's pretty bad.
I thought it sounds like he's English to me.
Hey, can I have a little dicky bird now? Can I have a word or what?
Wait, is that him?
Yes, it is. He's actually on the phone. You asked me a second ago, and I didn't answer you on purpose because James is on the other line listening.
Oh, my God.
Hello, Sarah. How's it going?
See, are you listening to that? Hello, Sarah. How you doing?
It sounds legit to me, Sarah.
I mean, it is legit. It is legit. I don't know what you want. I mean, I could show you my passport. I could, give you my national insurance number. I could, I mean, I don't know what else you want me to, what do you need to see?
Yeah, I'm sure you could show me your fake green card and your fake passport and your fake everything else.
Yeah, because I've got all the time in the world to sit around and generate fake copies of documents so that I can meet girls on Tinder. You really, I mean, come on.
That's exactly,
the most stupid thing I've ever heard.
Exactly what I think you're doing. No, it's exactly what I think you're doing.
Wow, Sarah, paranoid much love.
Oh, way to be all patronizing. That's going to make me want to go out on a second date with you.
I mean, at this point, it's really, it's I mean, it's neither here nor there now, is it? I mean, you think I'm a complete fake, so I might as well just go balls to the wall,
Yeah, I don't think you're fake. I know you're fake. And you're laying it on pretty thick with the whole parallel parking job. Oh, I can't park the car because it's on the right side of the road. At least 5 to 6 times. I could have
That's a
parallel
pretty good
parked.
accent, Sarah. That's a pretty good accent. You should try faking it and meeting people on Tinder.
Okay. Just give it up. Your accent is so fake.
I don't know what else to tell you. I've got nothing else to go with. This is me. I've never.
Come on, just give it up, dude. And you have really two perfect teeth for somebody who's British anyway.
I mean, and this is crazy. I've never heard anything like it. Yeah. Do you need me to call my parents in London or something? You can have a little word with them. They can tell you who I am.
Oh, sure. I mean, I'll call international. Hell, we can Skype if we want to. And they can sit there, oh, Papa, cheerio. Who's this? Are you dating James? Oh, she sounds lovely, James. Let's invite her over for tea.
All right, see, now we're crossing the line. But this is outrageous, Sarah. I don't know what the it is you want me to do. But, I mean, this is just bloody ridiculous, mate. And if anything you say, I'll do to prove to you.
I don't know how to get you to prove that you're faking it, but there's just something slightly untrustworthy about you.
Wow. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'm at the end of my tether now.
Sarah, I'm confused. You liked him on the date, right?
Well, I liked him when I met him on Tinder. Until then we met in person and he started faking the British accent.
I don't get this. Why would I fake a British accent? You've already said that I'm a pretty good-looking guy and I've got perfect teeth and I've got, everything else. So I wouldn't really have a problem getting dates, would I? I mean, the accent...
That's just it. You're attractive enough on your own. I don't feel like you have to lay it on that thick. You do have nice teeth and you are attractive, which is why you don't need to fake the accent because you have some other stuff going for you already.
What are you talking about, Sarah? Are you a dialect coach now or something? I'm English. I'm from London. Crystal Palace. SW16. What else do you need to know? I mean,
James, it doesn't sound like Sarah is going to believe you no matter what. For the record, James, I believe you that you're British.
Convinced.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, what neighborhood are you from?
I just said that. Crystal Palace.
Oh, sounds made up to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Google it. Google it.
Oh my God,
Google
Sarah.
it. There's a football team. I lived right on Church Road, right up to the football stadium.
It would be called Church Road, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Right, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah, I would love to ask you if he'll go out on a second date with James. I don't think he can drop the accent because I have a feeling that it's real.
Just
Are you willing to go out with him again?
Sarah, do it. Don't sabotage this.
Yeah.
Nope.
What?
I can't. No, I can't. I'm not going to waste my time with somebody who wants to be a charlatan and lying to my face. And I don't need that. I don't know how he's convinced you guys, but he certainly hasn't convinced me. And I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not going to waste my time.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing this.
You are having a laugh.
Sorry, James.
Unbelievable.
No second date for you, man.
I don't know what to say, Sarah. I don't know what to say. You missed out, love. You missed out.
That's all right, James. I'm sure there are plenty of other girls on Tinder that they happy to drop their knickers for you anytime.
Wow. This girl. Wow.
Well, thanks a lot for your time, both of you. We appreciate it. Sarah,
Yeah.
better luck on Tinder and finding like a real American guy who's not faking it like James is.
I'm not faking this thing.
Oh,
Listen
what
to me. Hey, listen up, right? Listen. I'll send you, just for shits and giggles, I'll send you everything. My passport, my green card. I'll send you everything, just so that you know. I mean, I'll show you the tattoo of the Union Jack on the end of my if you want.
I hope you actually have that.
That would be amazing.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Falling in love in this world is hard enough.
Okay.
But what would it be like to fall in love in another realm?
Whoa, cool.
Could you imagine what that must look like?
Not really. I can't. I don't
What
even know.
dost thou art looketh like, my fair maiden?
God, men were so manly back then, weren't they? Do you have tights on right now too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not a very big fantasy role-playing guy.
Obviously.
Unless it comes to costumes and large lightsabers. That's a different
Okay.
story. But one of our listeners is really into it, and it actually helped her meet a guy recently. Now, she's asking us for help today. Her name is Leah. Leah, welcome to the show.
Hey, everybody.
Would you call yourself a fair maiden?
Only what I'm trying to be.
Okay.
All right.
So tell us about the guy you met. What's his name?
His name's Jonathan.
Okay, and where did you meet Jonathan?
So one of the guys in my D&D group was doing a one-shot, which is basically just like a one-night-only game.
All right.
Okay,
We have to slow way
down.
down. So you said D&D, which is Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, it's Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. And I forget, that's not like Magic where you play with cards. Dungeons and Dragons is...
There's a game.
It's a board. Okay.
So it's basically like you're playing pretend and there's rules and you roll dice.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Opening of Stranger Things. If you like Stranger Things, they play
So
Dungeons
wait,
and Dragons.
one shot. What does that mean?
Is this gonna be?
Is it tequila?
That's what I thought. I'm like, maybe I'm into Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and double
I know.
shots.
Maybe 6 shot. I'd be down for it.
Oh my God, Drunkards and Dragons.
Here we go.
Talking.
Now you got our language.
Okay.
Now we're into it.
Okay, so basically, usually when you play D&D, it's like Stranger Things. You play over the course of like a long time.
Okay.
But in this game, it's like just one time.
Okay. So it's a quick game. It's a quickie.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And how did you meet this dude? How did you do the quickie with the guy?
He is a friend of one of the other players. So everybody brought like new people to see who enjoyed it. And so Jonathan was playing a character also.
Okay, what character were you?
I am a halfling bard.
A halfling bard.
You say that's very flirty.
I know.
I know what you mean.
Go on.
I'm very excited about my halfling bard. She's very cute. She's little. That's why they call them halflings. And she plays a cello, but it's like bigger than her, so she plays it like a double bass. It's very silly.
I used to be in an orchestra. That's cute.
Okay, so you're a halfling bard, and who's this mystery man that wooed you?
Or not man.
What's
Is it
his
an
character?
ogre or a beast?
Right, so he is a human fighter, so he's just like real good at like punching and kicking and shooting arrows.
Boring.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So he's a frat guy.
Yeah. He's going to do D&D, but he's still going to be cool.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Fully into it.
And so does the guy have a character name?
Yeah, so I'm Denna, and he was Lim.
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 Is that because he's got a big third?
Okay.
No.
All
I
right.
mean,
You were just ruining this game for her.
All right,
another
so-
type of D&D.
So how do you guys end up like interacting? How does the bard and the human fighter end up interacting in the game?
Well, basically, like, we're all on the same team. We're all trying to do, like, this magical mission. Like, we were rescuing a dragon from a princess.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
The princess took the dragon hostage? What is happening?
I know.
Cool.
And so, you know, we're doing magic, we're punching, we're kicking. And I'm like, I'm a very different person when I'm playing D&D. I tend to be, like, kind of shy and, like, don't overstep my own comfort zone. But, like, that's the nice thing about D&D is, like, you get to kind of try on whatever. So,
Okay.
like, you know, my character, Denna, is, like, bold and brash, and she's all like, hey, stranger.
Oh.
Opposites attract.
Yeah. This is like role-playing at this point.
Yeah.
So he starts flirting right back, and so we take, like, a little break to grab our drinks and our refills and whatever. And so we start talking, and I'm like, oh, wait, in real life, you're also a really cool person.
Oh, look at its D&D love.
So you guys broke away from the game for a second to just talk normally. Leah and Jonathan, not
Yeah.
the bard and the
Lim.
whatever. Lim.
Yeah.
Right.
Out of character.
Right. Okay.
You're yourself.
And so were you feeling a connection that way?
Yeah, I was. And I think I got some signals that he was too. I mean, after the game, we actually went and we got a beer.
Oh. So that's a date.
Yeah.
That is.
So was there any romance when you guys got the drinks?
I mean, I felt something, but I didn't act on it. Like, I really felt like there might have been a moment where, like, maybe a kiss could happen, but I didn't really see anything from him, you know, and I didn't want to, like, overstep.
Oh, you needed to bring out your inner half-wing bard lady.
Yeah, you should have transformed into the bard and kissed him right on the mouth.
Yeah.
Like a naughty little bard does.
Take your cello out.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Yeah, you could. You could.
Well,
Yes, you
maybe
can.
Leah couldn't, but the halfling bard could.
Whip out the board game.
So have you reached out to him?
I texted him to see if he wanted to hang out again. I phrased it so vaguely, of course, but he hasn't really gotten back to me.
Okay.
Maybe you were just too vague then. Maybe that's the thing. He didn't understand you didn't want to LARP. You wanted to actually
It's
hang out.
possible, yeah.
And I don't mean to stereotype, but my guess is with the D&D dudes, like, you need to be pretty upfront with what... I mean, I just don't think they probably pick up on small flirting cues
You're saying they
all
don't
the
expect
time.
women to hit on them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice.
Okay, Brooke-
and that's this big stereotype.
Brooke
I
is
mean,
thinking
maybe-
of like elementary school kids playing D&D. This is just a guy that showed up for a one-off.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm asking if you think that's the case.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't think that he's like the stereotypes or anything. I think he just seemed like a cool guy.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's find out for sure. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Jonathan for you, and we'll attempt to cast a charm spell on him when we do your second date.
We said it wrong,
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
we? I think we said it wrong.
No, I think it really landed.
Oh, okay.
It was perfect.
It was perfect, she says. Okay?
okay.
We're going to do it right after this. Hold on. Just a warning for our halfling bard on the phone. This second date could be a rough one. So you may need to double knot your chastity belt. Or
You're doing that?
maybe release it. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. What I do know is that one of our listeners, Leah, met a guy named Jonathan while playing Dungeons and Dragons at a friend's house. Jonathan was a newcomer to the group, and they had a little flirtation in the game, which led to the two of them grabbing drinks outside of the game.
Yeah.
Just them.
And she felt a genuine connection. But after that, Jonathan has disappeared, like a mischievous half-elf wizard casting an invisibility spell outside Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Do you play Dungeons and Dragons? Why do you know all this stuff?
I just Googled a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons
Oh, you
stuff,
did?
so-
Oh, okay.
But our job
Yeah.
is to get Jonathan back on the phone to explain himself and possibly make a baby with Leah.
What? Why are we doing that? Why are we going from chastity belts to babies?
I just said possibly.
Is it in between?
That would be a very successful second date if you ask me.
No, y'all are scaring me. You better not scare him off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I'm like, don't
Sorry.
the women in D&D also have some good times? Like, we're either virgins or we're popping out babies. That's terrible.
No, there are no babies in D&D. What's that?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Jeff, get with it.
Okay, that's my fault. But
Yeah.
we're just going to call Jonathan and see if he wants to go out on another date. How's that?
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
We'll try not to embarrass you too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to dial Jonathan's number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Jonathan.
Yeah, this is he.
Hey, Jonathan. My name's Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Okay.
What's this about?
We're doing a segment on our show called A Second Date. Basically, that's where if one of our listeners goes out on a date and afterwards, if they're not calling them back, they'll email us to reach out and try and help them figure out the reason why.
Have you heard of this before?
No, I haven't, but I mean, that sounds cool. It sounds like very marketable, great idea.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Awesome.
I like you,
I
Jonathan.
don't know why, but I'm very impressed by you.
Yes.
Or do we just like him because he's complimenting us?
Whatever.
Either way.
We'll take it, Jonathan.
We don't get very many of those on this show. So back to the second date. Recently, you met a listener of our show who had a great time with you and has been trying to get in touch, but has been having a little bit of difficulty with it. Her name's Leah.
Yeah, that name sounds familiar. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember her? You played Dungeons and Dragons with her?
Yep, I do.
Yes, she was a halfling bard, and I guess you were a human fighter, a very sexy one, according to her.
That sounds fitting.
Oh.
Now
Okay.
we're complimenting him. I
I know.
like that.
I like where this is going, Jonathan.
God, this relationship is great so far.
I don't know. This D&D stuff really does work. Like
I know.
the libido gets going.
Yeah.
That's, so
Not over here.
is it just me?
And I are like, yes.
All right.
So wait.
So the reason that we're doing this whole phone call is because Leah wants to understand why, after you guys had a really nice time together, she's been having such a hard time getting a hold of you. Because she wants to see you again.
Well, yeah, she's an interesting person. I like Leah. I think that she was nice. She's a little intense, but then again, so is camping.
Camping?
Camping is intense?
It's intense, you guys.
Oh.
Wait, what's camping?
It's a joke.
Inside tents.
Camping, and he's funny, too.
Okay.
He plays D&D and make jokes.
Dude, he's smart
separately.
and he's
Yeah.
funny.
But
I thought it was another D&D thing you do.
No, I got that one right away.
But what makes you say that Leah's intense? I didn't get that impression from her. Like, she's into the game, obviously. But why do you say intense?
Well, I'm not sure if she was nervous or something like that, but right when we got there, I mean, I think she was still coming off the high of the game, but
Okay.
she started trash talking me a little bit in a way. Like, hey, man, had you not been on my team, I would have owned you. I'd have, like, slept on your corpse. And I was like,
Oh, wow.
Slept on your corpse.
That's intense. Wait, did that make you laugh, though?
well, nervously. So, I mean, apparently she was part of this necro napper group thing. They pull on, like, some sort of, like, slay and sleep, apparently.
Wait,
Wait,
is this in D&D or is this necro group outside of D&D?
Like necro.
They would, like, kind of do, like, a slay and sleep. Like, they would just destroy people in the game, and then they would, like, sleep on the corpses and just weird stuff.
I still can't tell if this is like real life slaying people and sleeping on them, or is this like
No, it's
D&D world?
It's in the game.
Has to be, or they're murderers.
It's very important to clarify, though, because I'm having a hard time.
Whatever it was just a turnoff. I mean, I like her as a person, and I enjoyed spending time with her, but whatever it was, it just seems to me that she would probably be better off with somebody who's in a D&D as much as she is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
What?
I feel like, because we spoke to her for a little bit, Jonathan, and she sounds like a very nice person to us, and I think she may have just been caught up in the game. You guys had just come from playing.
And she did describe that her game character, whatever you call it in D&D, is very different than who she is in real life. She did say that.
That is true.
Well, I just felt like D&D was her life. And no, I'm not sure if I'm looking for somebody like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe she would say differently.
Maybe she would. Let's find out, because I need to tell you, Jonathan, Leah is on the other line listening, and she wants to talk to you.
Oh.
Careful, she's going to take a nap on you if you
Yeah.
sound too dead.
Leah, are you there?
Oh, I am so embarrassed.
Oh, sweetie, it's okay.
So, Jonathan, Leah's there. She's been listening to this entire conversation.
I think she's bright red.
Yeah, I'm really glad this is radio.
See ya.
Yeah, we don't want to see the corpse that you're sleeping
Oh,
in.
come on.
Oh.
Oh, hey, listen, Leah, I'm just telling the truth. I'm not meaning any harm or any foul. But, I mean, hey, if you want to explain your side and just kind of get an understanding from me, like, I would love to hear that.
Wow, he is.
That's
Really
reasonable.
like
We
him.
need you on this show.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I got a little too into it. I didn't mean to scare you off like that. I hope that you're not like turned off from D&D also.
Maybe explain the necro napper thing.
I mean, okay, it's just this really silly thing that like one of the other guys and me in the group thought of in a previous game where it's like, yeah, we slay our enemies and then we're going to like take a relaxing nap. I promise it's funny in a game, but like, yeah, outside
Can
of...
I help just a little bit? And I think I can compare this and make this sound a little less weird. In Fortnite, after you kill someone, if you want to be toxic, you can dance over their body.
Oh, that's terrible.
So
too.
I think it's the
Isn't
same
that a kid
concept.
game?
Yes, it is.
What is happening?
It's like showing
my little brother
off. You,
plays
you
that.
get your kill and you're like, haha, I got you. And then you do an emote is what it's called. So I feel like you're doing the same thing. It's just a lot more dark.
Good news, it's a relaxing nap.
Jonathan,
Ah, there you go, Brooke.
does any of this make you feel a little bit better about Leah?
Partially.
Okay.
Okay.
We're getting somewhere.
That's
Inching
better.
the right way.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it was just skinning things and wearing them was kind of weird. But
What?
I guess it's because I didn't understand it. And if you explain it to me that you're like not this person that goes and does this on a regular basis in real life, then I would probably.
Okay. Leah, can you assure him of that?
Yeah, oh my gosh, no. I work at a post office. I don't like dance.
Yeah, that
on
doesn't help.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
There's been some incidents at post offices over the years, so.
I don't think they dance at all.
I mean, Jonathan, don't you feel like outside of the D&D world and all the D&D lingo, did you have a fun time with Leah?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's a great
Okay.
answer.
Yeah, and maybe next time when you guys meet up, there can be no D&D involved whatsoever, so you just get to know the two of you as regular human people.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Leah, do you really like Dungeons and Dragons like a lot?
I mean, yeah. It doesn't mean
Well,
that I like
listen-
have to have it be my whole life.
Well, I like normal Leah when we just kind of sat down and had a good time. So how about I give you a shot where I actually can just sit down with Dungeons and Dragons Leah and just listen and understand how you got started in that.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Wait, are you asking her out? Like, how
No.
about I give you a shot?
No,
like,
what-
that was a little...
I think what he's saying is he already knows he likes normal Leah. He wants to give Dungeons and Dragons Leah another
He has
shot.
to
I
like
don't know.
both of them.
No,
Jonathan,
just...
Jonathan, if I were Leah right now, I'd want to sleep on your corpse
Yeah.
after that line. So,
It was weirdly worded.
It was.
Yeah, let's try it for him.
yeah. So, Jonathan, here's the deal. We would love to send you and Leah, normal Leah, out on a normal date.
Yes.
And we'll pay for it.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay, that's a yes.
You agree?
Yeah?
As,
Yeah, that
as you
sounds
kind of
good.
said in the game, I accept thy maiden.
Ah.
Hey!
Maybe don't start the game right now.
There's definitely going to be some corpses slept on after this. All right. Well, congratulations, Leah. We got you another date.
Oh, man.
Wow, I'm excited.
I can't, you guys, we've never done it for a necro napper before.
Never.
But I'm really proud
All
of
right.
us.
I think in the D&D world, we just ranked up.
We did. That's right. Chastity belt's coming off tonight. Congratulations, you two.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email us, brookandjubal@moving925.com. We will get a hold of the person that has blown you off and ask them why, and hopefully things will become very awkward.
Sometimes it ends well.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does.
It does sometimes. We've got Faith on the phone right now. Faith emailed us about a guy named Cole who you met on a dating website, Faith?
Yeah.
Have you gone on a lot of dates from that website?
A couple, but like this was the first one that I actually enjoyed, where I actually liked the guy, you know.
Have you met a lot of weirdos?
You know, luckily I haven't had any experiences with that, but I've heard a lot of bad ones.
Yeah.
Tell us about your date. What'd you guys do?
We met up for happy hour. We decided to do like a low-key sort of thing.
Okay.
And I actually felt like he liked me, I liked him. It was going really well.
Any awkward moments at all?
Some of my friends actually came, and like some of his friends came. So like, I think we enjoyed the happy hour a little bit too much. We did.
You drank too much, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like from what I remember.
From what I remember.
So you got hammered at happy hour.
Maybe I forgot to eat my lunch that day.
Okay. All right, sure.
Was he drunk?
I mean, we all were having a really good time. I mean, it was $5 margaritas. It can easily happen.
Oh, yeah, it can.
Well,
talking about
Faith, how did the date end? How did you get home if you were both drunk?
I mean, I got home fine.
Did you share a kiss?
I think so.
Oh, no.
So this is less of a second date update and more of a, hey, can you help me retrace my night?
Oh, no.
Is there any...
I mean, like, we had a nice time. There was a kiss involved.
All right.
Like, I do recall that. But, like, I haven't heard from him.
Have you tried to get a hold of him?
A little bit. But, like, I don't want to be that girl who's, like, desperate to, you know? It's like, I don't play that way. It's like, if you're interested, you're going to contact me. So I'm not going to be that desperate girl, you know?
Okay. Well, we'll get him on the phone and ask him why he hasn't called you.
Stay sober until then.
Or don't. It could make the phone call more fun. Like, however you want to handle it is fine. But we're going to get him on the phone right after this, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Faith is on the phone. She met a guy named Cole online. Met him at happy hour.
Mm-hmm.
Her friends showed up. His friends showed up. She got wasted.
Yeah.
Right, Faith?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it happens. Don't worry about it. All right, we're going to call Cole, the guy that you went out with right now, see if we can get him on the phone and ask him what happened that night and why he hasn't called you back, basically, because you don't really remember parting ways with him, right?
Yeah, it's buggy.
Okay, you remember that he kissed you and he said that he had a good time. Or slurred it.
Right.
You're not sure which.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll call him right now. Feel free to jump in on the phone whenever you want to.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, can I speak to Cole, please?
Yeah, this is him.
Cole, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Hi.
Hey. Are you familiar with our show and our radio station at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
Well, I'm calling because I wanted to talk to you about a girl named Faith that you went out on a date with.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I know.
You guys had a little bit to drink on your date.
Yeah.
Have you heard?
She had a little bit.
Okay.
More than, well, yeah.
Have you heard the second date updates before, Cole?
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess you know now that's what this is. Faith emailed us and asked us to call you. And I suppose, I normally don't do this, but I suppose you already know, since you know how the second date updates work, that Faith is on the phone. Faith?
Yeah, hi.
Why don't you ask him yourself why he didn't call you back?
Okay. So yeah, what's the deal? I haven't heard from you in like a week, and I thought we had a fun time.
It just makes this as awkward as possible.
I know.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It's not awkward. It's just like, hey, dude, what's up? We had fun. Let's do it again.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. It was great fun until you got really drunk and you started doing your little dance moves that you did as a kid.
What does that even mean?
Yeah,
You don't remember that?
I mean, sure, we were dancing, but what do you mean?
What did she do?
Oh my god! Well, she started out slow. She started with a waltz.
What?
The waltz.
So like formal
Yeah.
ballroom dancing.
Drunken.
And then I believe it went into the salsa. And then the tango.
Okay.
And then you're trying to get me to do this with you.
How long did her
And then-
performance last?
Oh my god! Yeah, like I don't even know.
First of all,
Ridiculous.
Faith, real quick, do you remember dancing at all?
I mean, I remember dancing. I didn't know I did the tango and
Okay.
the salsa.
Cole, I'm a little confused. So, were you guys dancing together and she just was a horrible dancer, or she just started doing dance moves and wanting you to do them? I don't get it. Explain to me what happened.
No, she just started doing these dance moves. You told me you did this when you were like 5, and then now you're starting to do, like,
Yeah. Cole, that's what I was going to ask you. You said little kid dance moves. So, was she like, oh, I used to dance when I was a kid, and then wanted to show you them or something?
yeah, and it was like, yeah, it was really kind of embarrassing actually.
Cole, if
Like-
she
Wait, okay, so it was embarrassing for you, so that's the only reason? Like, it's not like there was anything inherently wrong with me. You're just upset that I'm
No, you're a great girl, but like if you get too drunk next time, if there is a next time, like what else is going to come out? Is Mr. Rogers going to show up or Sesame Street? Like,
Cole, if she had been doing the ridiculous dance moves sober, would it have embarrassed you?
probably.
I don't see the big deal. I mean,
Me
I
either.
pull out some tap
definitely
moves down the grocery store aisle probably once a week.
You
But
couldn't see how it just makes her kind of like a free spirit?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it
sure,
sounds
I guess.
At the end of the day, it sounds like what Brooke said. You just got annoyed with a drunk girl, or with a drunk person. Like if you're not that drunk around drunk people, it is terrible. And I can tell you that from excuse because I've been sober once around drunk people, and that's the last time I'll do it. So
One time.
It also
Yeah.
sounds like he's really concerned about what other people think. Like he was very humiliated by this performance.
She's in the middle of the dance floor, and everybody's watching her do it.
okay,
I mean, laughing. Nobody wanted a foxtrot with her.
I just can't believe she's taking those kind of dance lessons at 5. How cute is that?
so okay. I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. Faith is he just didn't like your dance moves.
You know what? Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. He can't handle it.
Okay.
That's right.
He can't handle these dance moves.
You will bring that foxtrot to somebody else's house, all right?
Exactly.
In the second date updates, we always ask if you guys want to go out again. We will pay for you guys to go out on a second date.
You can't laugh or joke, and I don't want to go out with somebody like that, so definitely not.
Okay.
No, I can laugh and joke, but that was atrocious.
Cole, come on.
Hey,
Get
I
it.
danced since I was 3. My waltz is pretty nice, and I know it.
All right. Well, Cole, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. And Faith, you got your answer.
Yes, I did.
You just didn't want to hang out with a drunk dancing girl.
Hey.
I, however, would love to hang out with a drunk dancing girl.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.